Hello, everyone, and welcome to our planning webinar. Whether you're attending Apartmentalize for the first time or you're returning for more multifamily housing goodness, it's time to set your sights for the largest gathering of multifamily housing professionals in the world. Before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Resman, for their support of this webinar. I'm Clark Ever, Director of Conference Education Programming, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. I'm joined by Olivia Farugi.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Conference Education Coordinator. This is going to be my second conference in June with the National Apartment Association, so I'm super excited.
It's time to apartmentalize, which means taking your career, your company, and your experience and the experience your residents receive to the next level. Achieve greater success in all three areas by joining us in San Diego to attend the apartment industry's premier event. Learn from world-class speakers and industry experts, network with nearly 10,000 of your peers, and get access to innovative products and services from over 5,500 suppliers. Oh, 550 suppliers.
That'd be a lot.
That'd be a big industry. We're inviting you to be at the center of it all. Our goal for today is to give you some ideas on how to navigate the conference in a way that will maximize your experience. This is a 4-day event that's packed with lots of moving parts, so we want you to arrive prepared. If you have questions during the webinar, you can use the questions box on the control panel to submit them, but note that we're going to wait until the Q&A portion at the end of the slideshow to answer them. Soon after the webinar is over, we will post a recording and a digital copy of the slideshow online so that you have a capture of all of today's content. So sit back, relax, and soak in the information. Let's dive in. I'm going to turn the floor over to Olivia.
Thanks, Clark. So today we're going to break the webinar down into 5 easy parts. We'll start with how to best prepare for the conference. We'll go over all the education offerings, touch on the NAA exposition, discuss networking opportunities, and share info about our special events. So to start off, here's our advice on how to best prepare for the conference before you arrive. First and foremost, tie up loose ends at work the best you can before you go. Finish tasks, projects, deadlines, etc., so that you can come to the experience clear-minded and stress-free. Business casual is the attire for the conference. I encourage you to dress comfortably by packing comfy shoes to help you dart between sessions. Also, the temperature in the session rooms can vary from hot to cold, so it's a good idea to dress in layers. And remember the basics. Show up armed with a stack of your business cards, your well-charged device, and a charging cord. With roughly 10,000 attendees, you're sure to meet lots of new people. So if you don't do anything else to prepare, at the very least, download the NAA app, search National Apartment Association in the Google Play or Apple App Store. The app puts everything you need to know at your fingertips. You can look up and see who the other attendees are. You can explore the convention center floor plans and make a personal schedule. You can also use the app to look up sessions and events, access session PowerPoint files and handouts, and submit your session and speaker surveys, all from your phone or your tablet. You can also use the app to navigate the NAA exposition. You can look up exhibitors and find them by booth number or name. You can even schedule an appointment with an exhibitor ahead of time.
So if you download this app today or shortly after the webinar, you can start to poke around and sort of glimpse into the content. Olivia talked about being prepared. I think that includes having a strategy. So you will have sort of had an overview of what's available for you at any given point in time during the conference, and have some ideas about the things that you think are most appealing or helpful to you.
Yeah, and if at any point during the conference you have issues with the app, be sure to visit our NAA app help desk, which will be located next to registration in Lobby D. Now, let's talk about when you're on site. So first and foremost, make sure you check in to the registration desk to pick up your badge. Try to get there early to avoid the long lines. Registration is located on the ground level in Lobby D. So as you can see on your screen, the black arrow is pointing to the ground level. So there's security throughout the convention center, and they won't let you onto the different levels without your badge. So make sure you pick it up and wear it throughout the conference. And as you can see on your screen, this is a better map of the ground level, and you can see where registration is in Lobby D with my cursor moving over it.
So there are a couple of key elements that are right there as you walk in the door. There's registration, and then right next to that is the not the buzz center, but the social hub. And then next to the social hub is the help with the app. So those are all the things that are going to get you kicked off and moving with a quick start kind of experience.
Right. So all of your connectivity on site will be supported by free Wi-Fi, which is sponsored by Yardi. And this will work in most public spaces within the convention center, with the exception of the NAA Exposition Hall. So the Wi-Fi will not work in the Expo Hall. Make sure you follow and use our hashtag Apartmentalize on all social media platforms. If you're enjoying a particular session or event, let other people know about it. Also, if you're a social-minded individual, you should definitely stop by the NAA Social Hub, which Clark just referenced to, which is also in Lobby D. The Social Hub is your all-in-one resource center for all things social to Apartmentalize, or at Apartmentalize. They'll offer tips and tricks to grow your audience, and they'll give you the 411 on the latest channels. NAA staff can also help take your online presence to new heights. And also stop by to pick up your free t-shirt there as well. So we are offering shuttle service this year, and it will be provided between the San Diego Convention Center and official NAA hotels. Thursday night party shuttle service will also be provided. So if you go on the Apartmentalize website and click on the travel tab, you'll be able to get a list of all the hotels that the shuttle bus service goes to and from. So it includes all the hotels that are not within walking distance of the convention center.
So this year we have a huge block of hotels. I think there are 28 in total, which is quite a bit. And the shuttle will go to everything outside of the 5-minute walk parameter from the convention center.
Right. So again, that's if you go to the Apartmentalize website and click the travel tab, you can download the list of the hotels that will have shuttle service.
San Diego is a beautifully walkable city, which is one of the reasons why it's so attractive for us. So I'd like to talk a little bit about education, because that's my jam here at NAA. And education is really at the heart of this event. So let's have a look at some of your options. This is a really big event with lots of moving parts to consider, but I'll break it down into the big chunks first. So we have 3 general sessions. There are 5 game changer experts. These are folks from outside of the industry who do revolutionary and disruptive, innovative things. We have 71 breakout sessions, which is kind of like the meat and potatoes of the education program. It features over 200 speakers. It's really gotten to be big and robust and juicy. And then this year, we have something really cool called the Open Space Series, and there are 6 of those. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. All education sessions, except for the general sessions, will take place on the upper level, as noted by the red arrow on your screen. The general sessions will take place on the ground level next to the exhibition hall. We'll show you this when we talk about the exposition. Here's a more detailed look at the upper level. All the education sessions, except for the general sessions, will take place as marked in here. I want to point out to you, and Olivia will help by using the arrow indicator, that there are sort of 2 clusters of education rooms. On the far right, there's a cluster of 6 of them. And on the left-hand side of the floor plan, there are another 4. The game changers happen on the left side as well as the open space. We'll give you a little bit more detail about that in just a hot second. At the top of the lineup, we have 3 headlining general session speakers. We're so excited about this year. First up, from the Baltimore Opera to QVC Shopping Channel, executive producer and show host Mike Rowe has had hundreds of jobs and relished his role as a chronic freelancer. Through his work with the Mike Rowe Works Foundation, traveling as an apprentice on Dirty Jobs, and now on Facebook's groundbreaking series, Returning the Favor, Mr. Rowe has taught us to appreciate people who aren't afraid of a day's hard work. Next is A-Rod, a 3-time MVP for the New York Yankees and 14-time All-Star. Alex Rodriguez is not only one of the greatest athletes in the world, but also a rental housing champion as the founder of a tremendously successful, fully integrated real estate investment and development firm, A-Rod Corporation. And last but not least, with more than 15 years of experience in media and entertainment building startups and organizations with an emphasis on digital content, social media platforms, production and news, Ms. Mogherabi is CEO of Soul Pancake, an inspiring company she co-founded with actor Rainn Wilson, who creates daily positive, socially conscious videos about human connection. You might remember Rainn from
The Office.
From the TV show The Office. That's right. Next, we have 5 fantastic game changers. I'm going to move through these kind of quickly. Just keep your interest peaked and follow along with me. First up, we have Jonathan Mildenhall, who's the former Chief Marketing Officer of Airbnb. He's going to discuss how a brand can become a beacon of hope and shine a light of optimism and happiness by taking a social stand and defying stereotypes. Next up, we have author and philosopher Nick Regal. He's a local San Diegan. He's going to explore the origins and importance of being awesome. Learn how to develop strategies for being more awesome more often. Kurt Steinhorst, entrepreneur and founder of FocusWise, covers the very connected world we live in and how it has fundamentally altered the way people work, engage, communicate, and relate to one another. Robin Benincasa is a world champion adventure racer. She's going to talk about what the world's most successful teams have in common, the ability to upgrade their teamwork to human synergy. She'll share her most epic and meaningful moments in adventure racing to showcase how human synergy pushed them farther and faster in pursuit of their goals. And last but not least, Mark King is the president of Adidas North America. There's only one thing that allows a company to sustain success over a long period of time, and that's the quality of people that you have. Mark's going to talk about harnessing human resources and driving it to its full potential. We have tons of critical information to share at Apartmentalize, and this year we have a lot of options to fit your learning style. Living room learning presentations are only 6 minutes and 40 seconds long. Standard breakout sessions are 60 minutes. And then on Friday, we have a couple of variations on those. We have speed rounds, which are 30 minutes long, and deep dives, which are a full 2 hours. They're 1 hour back-to-back sessions with connected content. Learning zones are vendor-led presentations in the expo hall, and those also last for about 30 minutes. The open space sessions are collaborative sessions that last 60 minutes each. Returning this year, we kick off the conference with Living Room Learning on Wednesday, starting at 3 p.m. Grab a seat and get ready to learn from an authentic array of passionate industry players. Each multifamily geek, technician, or innovator hops up on the soapbox armed with 20 slides that automatically advance every 20 seconds, getting to the point fast. I'm so excited to tell you about our Open Space series. This is really designed for people who like to discover during their learning experience rather than being spoon-fed. You will be able to join another group of small professionals, and you get to decide how that conversation will go, what turn it will take. We have organized it into large, broad categories, such as marketing, leasing, technology, affordable housing, management, leadership, and emergency preparedness. These sessions run concurrent with breakout education sessions and game changers. The open space series will take place near Ballroom 20 lobby, and it's marked by this red arrow on your screen. Look for an alcove that overlooks the bay. This is what the open space series setup will look like. Look for this unique oval shape. Again, this is for people who really like to learn through discovery and conversation. Plenty more details about that in the program. Backing up to our education schedule, Wednesday for the conference begins earlier in the day than we have ever before, with a brand new block of sessions starting at 12:30. That's followed by a second block starting at 1:45. Please make sure that you and your colleagues arrive on time to take advantage of these new offerings. Thursday and Friday are jam-packed with education sessions. We have 3 blocks of sessions on Thursday, and each of those runs 60 minutes long. Within each time block, you have 10 choices from which to select. You have 1 game changer, 1 open space series, and 9 breakout sessions. That's a lot to choose from. If I ever hear anybody say that there was nothing on the program for them, I won't know what they're talking about. On Thursday, there's just a short 15-minute break. So these things roll out in the morning, boom, boom, boom. We're going to start at 8:45, and then at 10, and then 11:15. The morning really flies by on Thursday. Education continues on Friday with more open space series sessions, our last game changer, and some breakouts. However, on Friday afternoon, we've added 3 deep dive sessions that are 2 hours long, marked in orange, and there are 6 speed rounds, which are quick and snappy, and those are marked in red. Breakout sessions are organized into learning areas and are indicated as such in the program guide. Use these tags when planning which sessions you would like to attend. You can use the app to filter by these tags if you're particularly interested in any one of these veins of education. We also have a new learning area this year, which is emergency preparedness, and that's kind of in response to all the craziness that's been happening with natural disasters and public shootings and all of those things that are super difficult and challenging for our industry.
I also want to tell you about Rewind, which is our recording package that gives you post-conference access to all of our breakout education sessions on the 2018 program. So for every session you attend, as Clark said, there are 9 others that you're missing. And Rewind is a great way to have access to those sessions or to share information with your colleagues after the conference has concluded. This package allows non-attendees to earn 6 continuing education credits as well. So to order, look for the Rewind salespeople at the NAA Lounge, located in Ballroom 6 lobby at the conference. Their theme is Carnival, so you'll see a carnival tent. You won't miss them. And
if all else fails, there is an icon on the app that will direct you right to Rewind.
Yep. All right, so now let's talk about the exposition. The 2018 NAA exposition is the largest in NAA history with more than 550 exhibitors. It provides an opportunity to explore new products and services firsthand. The NAA Exposition grand opening is on Thursday at 2:15 p.m., right after our opening general session with Mike Rowe. You can browse the aisles or take a more tactical approach by researching suppliers before you arrive, using My NAA Planner or the NAA app to schedule appointments with companies that interest you. The exposition takes place on the ground level of the convention center, as you can see on your screen by the red arrow. And here's a better look at it. As you can see, the exposition hall is huge, so you should use your app to look up exhibitors and their booth numbers so you don't get overwhelmed on the floor. And as you can see on the left-hand side, halls G and H, those are where the general sessions will take place.
So Olivia, do I remember correctly that when you're on the app and you're looking up a specific exhibitor, you can map it and it will show you where on the floor it is? Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, so anywhere on the app when you're looking up events, you can click on the right-hand side, it says map it, and it'll show you where that is taking place in the exhibit hall. This year, NAA has redesigned our learning zone in the exposition hall to be a truly exceptional vendor to attendee learning experience. We have centralized three theaters into one great learning space. The Learning Zone is located in booth 3131, and it's near Maintenance Mania, which is marked with, the Learning Zone is marked with the red box on your screen. And as you can see, Maintenance Mania is to the right of that.
It should be easy to find because there will be rigging hanging from the ceiling and a big circular sign that says Learning Zone.
Yeah, it will look like this. So as I said, it's 3 theaters centralized into one location with a lot of signage. Attendees will use radio headsets to tune into the channel of the stage where they're sitting, and this helps to drown out the noise of the exposition hall to give you an uninterrupted education experience.
Friendly reminder, please don't forget to return the headsets when you leave the Learning Zone.
Yes, please. And there will be people there who will direct you to the different stages and will help you with the equipment as well. As you can see, we have excellent topics lined up on both Thursday and Friday for our learning zones. They include anything from AI to marketing, maintenance, operations, smart home technology, leasing, and much, much more.
So on Thursday, there are 3 time slots, and on Friday, there are 4 more. And in each of those time slots, there are 3 choices on stage A, stage B, and stage C.
Yep.
Our entire 4-day event is full of opportunities to forge new relationships with industry peers. We sometimes refer to that as networking. Come meet your colleagues and start networking at the conference welcome reception at the end of programming day on Wednesday. This first social gathering of the week gives you an opportunity to meet your fellow attendees, have a drink, and find some new friends. If this is your first conference, we encourage you to take part in all of the exciting experiences the conference has to offer. Make sure to pick up an NAA newcomer ribbon from the ribbon wall near registration. There will be an NAA newcomer breakfast on Thursday morning, June the 14th, from 8 to 9 a.m. You can stop by and meet fellow NAA newcomers. A ticket for this event will be included in your registration materials. We already know you're a newcomer.
So get your networking on at the NAA Thursday night party. This year will be a truly memorable block party as NAA takes over the historic gas lamp quarter. Enjoy food from over 13 restaurants, live entertainment, bands, DJs, games, an open bar, great music, and just great atmosphere.
I've already made plans to meet my team on the dance floor. There's at the DJ section within the party.
Yeah, you can't miss him with the beard. So you'll know it's him.
So if you got some moves to share, come down and meet me.
All right, so let's talk about some of the special events we have planned for the conference. 20 of the country's most skilled maintenance technicians have earned the right to compete at the 2018 Maintenance Mania National Championship. Over 60 events were held nationwide this past year, and nearly 4,000 technicians competed. NAA invites the top participant from each NAA region, plus 10 wildcard participants to compete in the national championship. Join nearly 1,000 spectators to watch these highly skilled maintenance technicians in this fast-paced race of skill and timing. We should say that this is like the Olympics for maintenance, so it is crazy, high energy, it's a lot of fun. You should definitely stop by.
We actually given a spirit award for the maintenance technician who has the most spirited support at the event.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Come ready to bid at the NAA PAC silent auction in support of the National Apartment Association Political Action Committee. New items will be added daily. Auction items include authentic hand-signed sports memorabilia, movie collectibles, music, jewelry, and so much more. Do you need a new headshot? Visit our professional headshot photo center in room 21 on Thursday or Friday to get a free professional headshot. It's a cool little perk we have. The NAA Excellence Awards recognize excellence and leadership in the apartment housing industry. These national awards celebrate builders, industry professionals, and affiliated apartment associations that make unique contributions to our industry. NAA will present the Excellence Awards to the recipients during this celebration. Following the awards will be our closing general session speaker, Shabnam Mogherabi. And that's on Saturday from 8:45 to 10:30 a.m. in Ballroom 20. Finally, join us to honor our military families and thank them for their service at our Military Family Appreciation Day. We will work together with the Armed Services YMCA in San Diego to help facilitate games, arts and crafts, activity stations, and a barbecue. Join us on the fun of serving our military families and giving back. You can donate or sign up to help at the kiosks located near registration.
So we have time for a few questions. We covered a lot of ground in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of hearing myself talk. I'm sure you are too. But let's use this next 5 minutes to answer some questions. We've got some coming in here. Let's see. Somebody says, I downloaded the app, but it won't go past the request a code screen. Anyone having the same problem?
So if you're having issues, we suggest deleting the app and re-downloading it and trying it again. If it's still not working, then we would suggest either going to the NAA app help desk, which is near registration at the conference, or you can email rshah@naahq.org, and we will be happy to help. Someone asked, are there shuttles to the Thursday night party? Yes, there are. Again, those are just for the hotels that are not within walking distance to the center.
So Ingrid, I'll go into a little bit more detail about that. There are 28 hotels in the hotel block, and anything that is within a 5-minute walk from the convention center does not have shuttle service. We hope that you'll hoof it instead and get some exercise and enjoy the cityscape. If they are outside of that 5-minute walk, then there is shuttle service. And there's a detailed map with saying what hotel, you actually can look on the website and find out which of the hotels are shuttled and which are considered walkable.
So the document on the website is on the Apartmentalize website on the travel tab, and that tells you what hotels will have shuttle service. For the Thursday night party, shuttles will be going from the convention center to the party.
Where will the Wednesday night happy hour be hosted? So that's from Megan. Hi, Megan. How are you? We call that the opening reception and the welcome reception, and that takes place right outside of Ballroom 20, where living room learning happens, and also our first game changer, Jonathan Mildenhall.
Yeah, so it'll be on the upper level and it'll be outside. Right?
Yeah. So it's an inside-outside party. It's really cool because the convention center sits right on the bay, and the entire back side has this really great terrace that overlooks the bay.
So someone said, what is the app again? Go to the App Store and type in National Apartment Association. You have to type out the whole thing in order for the app to come up. So someone said, what is the evening weather like? Will we need a jacket? So evening weather is in the 60s, so maybe a light jacket if you get cold easily. If not, then I think you'll be fine. It's going to be really beautiful. We've checked the weather for next week.
I would say that light outer layer will be helpful inside the convention center too, because the air conditioning and the mechanical systems can really vary room to room. So, but nothing heavy.
Someone said, will the free Wi-Fi be available within the expo hall during the expo on Thursday and Friday? No, the Wi-Fi is not available in the exposition hall. It is only available where the education sessions are and the other sessions. So just everywhere except for the expo hall. Someone asked if we could send these slides in an email. We will send a link to the recording of this webinar in which you can watch this webinar over again and see the slides if you've missed anything. Are there any other questions?
Scott, do you have a question? No, 2%. Oh, so instead of raising your hand, go ahead and use the Q&A box.
Right. So type your questions into the Q&A box if you have a question.
Oh, one of the things, while people are sort of submitting their questions, I will tell you that if you've not been to San Diego before, it's pretty spectacular and it's designed in a really cool way. One of the things I love about it is that the airport is only like a 10-minute ride from the Gaslamp district where the convention center lives. So it's inexpensive and very fast to get back and forth between those two.
So somebody asked what the weather is going to be like. It's supposed to be really beautiful, very clear, no rain at all, thankfully. I think it's supposed to be at nighttime in the 60s, during the day in the 70s and 80s.
Somebody sent us 3 questions in a row, and this guy I happen to know is a local. That would be Alan Pentico. Alan has said, what's the weather going to be? Olivia has copied that. How far away is Tijuana? And I think Tijuana is 20 to 30 minutes away.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's in Mexico. And is there a shuttle from the airport to the hotel?
No, you will need to take taxi or Uber. Someone asked what people normally wear during the day. They usually wear business casual, but make sure you wear comfy shoes, like tennis shoes, because you'll be walking around a lot. Matt asked what sort of games will be in the game lounge. There's going to be a air hockey table and a football, what is it, like quarterback throwing competition. So for the education sessions, the dress code again is business casual. Before that, for the committee meetings, if you're attending those are business.
Scott Purcell is asking, do you have to pre-register for education sessions, or is it first come, first serve? The answer to that is the latter. It's first come, first serve. Last year in Atlanta, we were a little tight on capacity on Wednesday. We had added some new programming on Wednesday, and weren't really sure how many people would show up, and we were overwhelmed with riches.
Yeah.
So this year we've adjusted our planning. There's plenty of room all the way across the board, across all 4 days. And you don't have to pre-register, you just have to show up for those. There are a couple of events that are ticketed events, and they're marked as such.
Yeah.
A ticketed event in a conference speak means that there's an extra charge to it, or you need to RSVP.
Right, but all of the education sessions are not ticketed, but you do have to have either a full conference registration or a 1-day full conference. And you, like Clark said, do not have to pre-register. Somebody asked about parking. So the convention center, there is parking. You will have to look on the San Diego Convention Center website for pricing. I believe they also talk about other parking areas that are in the area or near the convention center.
Caroline Forehand is asking if there's a separate app, or do you download the NAA app? The answer is the latter. There's one NAA app, and it covers all of our events year round.
Will there be printed materials provided at registration with a list of everything, or will we need to rely on the app only? So if you have a full conference registration, you will receive the program guide at the conference, and each day we will have a daily show paper that gives you a snapshot of that day. But you should rely on the app because it will be the most up-to-date.
Yeah, so I will maybe throw a plug in for the daily that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the daily is sort of it's a newspaper formatted print piece that's available every morning as you enter the conference center. And it's really handy because it sort of separates out all of your options, but just for that day. It's a little less overwhelming. And it really helps to sort of break up the big pieces so that you can kind of get a good gist of like the flow of the schedule. Mm-hmm. And it pulls out some highlights for you. It's a very digestible way of looking at what we have to offer at the conference.
Someone asked, can we register with our smartphones, or do we need a physical printout of our registration and expo confirmation? I believe you can just bring your smartphone and they can scan the code on there. But just to be safe, I would also bring a printout, and make sure you have your ID with you as well. So someone said, what is the website to look to see if our hotel offers the shuttle? So go to naahq.org, and then you need to look for the Apartmentalize conference. Once you click on that, you'll be taken to the Apartmentalize conference homepage. And on the very right-hand side, there will be a tab that says Travel. So once you click Travel, it'll show you the shuttle document that you can download. What do people typically wear to the networking events, like the Thursday night party? People typically wear casual to the Thursday night party. There's a good mix, though. Some people stay in their business casual. Some are casual. It's really up to you.
Yeah, I've seen people wear shorts and flip-flops. Like, people want to be comfortable and have a really good time. So, I mean, if you want to show some style and some flair, please do so. But just primarily make sure that you're comfortable and relaxed and ready to have fun. Ellen Pentico, who is the San Diego AE, has said that if you plan to drive to the center and park in the center, you just should keep in mind that there are no in-out privileges. So once you're in, you stay in until you're ready to leave. What's the end time to get your name badge on Wednesday? So,
where's your phone?
Where's my what?
Your phone?
My phone is here.
So that will be on the website schedule or on the app schedule. All of the times will be on there. Let's see if we can look it up on the app really quickly for you.
So registration hours usually start about 2 hours before the first scheduled event, and they last until the end of the day.
So on Wednesday, you can pick up your registration or your badge from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
So Teresa Cleveland is asking if lunch is included. The answer is yes, specifically on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, lunch is provided it's a box lunch that's grab and go, and it is available during the third education session of the morning. And then on Friday, I think lunch is available in the exposition. Does that sound right, Olivia?
I believe so, but I would double check on the website or in the app. Someone said, should I bring a rolling bag to hold documents, or will a backpack be better? Any suggestions? It's really up to you. I would say with the amount of foot traffic, maybe a backpack would be better, as long as it's not going to be too heavy with you carrying it around all day.
Michael Fazio is my esteemed colleague, and he's reminding me to tell you all that when you are on site, there will be a concierge group. There'll be people who will be floating. They're volunteers from the San Diego chapter, and they'll be all over. They're in navy blue shirts, and it says San Diego Local. And you can walk up and ask them all sorts of questions, and they're going to know the answer to most of them.
Yep, and if they can't answer a question, you can always ask one of the NAA staff. You'll see us walking around in our black NAA staff shirts that say NAA staff, and we'll also have our name badges on that say NAA staff.
I think we have time we're a little bit over, but people have lots of questions. I think that if you had to go somewhere, feel free to peel off by now. I think I have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll wrap it up.
So someone said, what is the list of items we should have on us daily? As we said in the beginning, it's really important to bring business cards. Make sure you have your ID on you. Make sure you have your phone or tablet. An extra charger is always good, or a cord so that you can plug into one of the charging stations.
A good attitude.
A good attitude.
And an open, friendly demeanor. That's always helpful. All right, I think we're at the end. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I'm sorry that we ran over. I hope that it was worth your time to hang out and listen to the Q&A. I know we threw a lot of stuff at you, so make sure you look for that link to the recording, which we'll get out to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, I invite you all on site when you see me to come and say hello and introduce yourself. I'm Clark Emmer, Director of Conference Education Programming, and I'm with
Olivia Farugi, Conference Education Coordinator. So you'll see us around the conference, and like I said, you can't miss him. He's 6 feet tall with a great beard.
We hope you all have a really wonderful afternoon, and we're really excited to see you in San Diego. Take care.
Bye.